Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tower of Saviors card review video. This video, I'll be taking a look at one of the jackpot cards from the Monster Strike collaboration seal, Mana, the Angel of Affection and Fellowship. Mana is going to be a Fire God card, and I'll be taking a look at her leader skills, team skills, and active skills, and letting you know what I think about this character. First, let's start with her leader skill. We have Team Attack times 7, HP and Recovery times 1.6, Monster Strike and God members will have an additional 2 times attack bonus, and runestone movement time will increase regardlessly by 3 seconds. Additionally, by dissolving 2 or more types of runestones, your team attack increases by 1.5 additionally, and for every group of runestones dissolved in the first batch, 1 enchanted fire rune will be generated, and all fire runes dropped will be adjacent. Now let's take a look at her team skill, which we have Fire and Heart runes also possess the effect of each other. Effective Fire and Heart runes will increase by 150%. No damage will be received when you touch an explosive bomb. You have a 60,000 points of shields equipped, which will be refreshed whenever you enter the next wave. Upon entering the stage and each time you enter the next wave, Mana will acquire 4 explosive bombs, and every time an explosive bomb, a boss kill is touched, Mana gets 1 explosive bomb, to the max of 4 explosive bombs. Mana will have a times 3 attack bonus additionally if she has an explosive bomb. Every time Mana attacks, 1 explosive bomb will be consumed, and combo count will increase by 1 for every 2 combos made. You also get the Monster Strike special where by trigger a Monster Strike character rune, that member will enter a hyper state for 2 rounds. Additionally, when Mana is in the team and you finish movement with a character runestones below the column for Mana, the Angel of Affection and Fellowship, other runestones will possess 25% the effect of fire runestones for 1 round. Additionally, you also get the Monster Strike special where crafted apparatus will be fully charged, Monster Strike members get a 1.5 attack increase, and after entering the stage there is a certain chance that your skill cooldowns will all become 0. So, what do I think about her leader skill? I actually think her leader skill is not that bad. Times 7 is a little bit, it is still the standard. Times 8 is really good for the current meta, but times 7 is pretty much the standard now. And the average team attack bonus that you have to have in your leader skill to be at least somewhat viable in the current meta. 1.6 HP and recovery, that's going to be good. That will increase your survivability, but Mana also gets a 60,000 shield, which also increases your survivability. Additionally, you do have extra damage multipliers, a times 2 attack, which is unconditional for Monster Strike and God members, and by dissolving 2 or more types of runestones, you get another 1.5 attack increase. However, these 2 attack increases are kind of small. 2 and 1.5 is a little bit small, which will not give you that much extra damage. The increased sky drop from dropping being 1 enchanted fire rune for every group of runestones dissolved in the first batch is going to be pretty nice. If you're running dual mana, then this means that you have 2 enchanted runes per group of runestone dissolved. However, keep in mind that if you do the standard 30 rune board with the standard 3 row dissolve, the maximum amount that you can get is 10 combos or 10 groups of runestones, which means that you will only drop 10 runes per mana, 20 runes, which is not bad, but normally the average is going to be 6, and this is a total of 12 fire runes, which it's not a lot, but it is still pretty significant. If you are able to consistently do 7 or 8 combos, then the amount of fire runes that you're going to get is going to be very significant and definitely contributed to a lot of your attack. However, if you take a look at her team skill, right, you do not see any runestone possession effect other than fire and heart rune having the possession of each other. This means that even though Mana's leader skill does not specify any attributes, the way to run her will be to run a mono fire team. This is because only fire runes are the ones getting any significant semblance of attacking runes, where you generate a lot of fire runes and fire runes have the possession of the other effect. You can also further mitigate this by using Mana's second team skill, where runestones possess 25% of effect of fire runes for one round, but that requires you to pull character runes every single round, and this is only 25% effect of fire runes. However, this is the only way for you to get more attacking runes if you suffer from fire rune drought in the first batch. Keep in mind that you will still have guaranteed sky drop, and that is still going to be a good chunk of attacking runes. However, if you don't have fire runes in the first batch, you can still use Mana's team skill to pull a character rune and have that runestone possession effect. So, downside of Mana is that it becomes a mono fire leader, which, if we're talking fire god leaders, we do have Tsuyo, and Tsuyo can slot anything. So if you have Tsuyo, definitely not really have a need for mana at this point. Even though Tsuyo's damage multipliers are slowly declining with the power creep of the game, I still think Tsuyo is a better better leader than Mana, and they share the same race and same attribute. Uh, her team skills definitely do complement her leader skill, but I do think she is going to be a little bit more on the weaker side. This is because even though she has times 17 attack, this times 2 and this times 5, 1.5 is pretty small compared to other members. If we compare her strictly to Neo Reverse Mode and Neo Hello World, Hello World and Reverse Mode have a 2.5 and a 3 times attack bonus, and those are definitely good enough for you to deal with a lot of enemies in the game. Meanwhile, Mana doesn't really have any additional team attack bonuses other than a self-attack bonus of times 3. But if you're fighting a single enemy that does not generate explosive bombs and you run out of explosive bombs, this times 3 attack bonus will disappear and you won't be able to deal damage with mana anyways, and your team will probably suffer a defeat in that stage. However, focusing on the positives, mana does have an increased combo count, which is going to be really nice. Every 2 combos you get an additional combo, and this is going to help you counter certain high combo skills or basically any high combo skills that you encounter, and also give you additional attack and recovery for that round. So overall, I think Mana is a good leader, but definitely not a S tier broken leader. I think she does satisfy the condition to be a jackpot card, being a good leader, and she is definitely better than some of the Matter original jackpot leaders, not the 1%, but some of the lower secondary jackpots. She is better than them, and she does have guaranteed sky drop, which gives you guaranteed attacking runes, and definitely be able to deal damage. However, I do think her damage output is going to be a little bit low, especially in taking into account collaboration standards. And I do think as a leader, she won't see that much use after this collaboration patch, since usually the stages in the collaboration patch are going to be pretty tailored to the leader themselves. So yeah, in my opinion, not a bad leader, but definitely not broken and definitely not a must-have as a leader. Now let's take a look at her active skill. We have a CD7 active skill with 2 phases, and phase 1 has the following effect. Explode all runestones to generate enchanted fire and heart roots of fixed numbers and fixed positions with this configuration right here. And for 1 round, each member launches an extra attack as much as 1.3 their attack, and damage will be dealt regardless of puzzle shield. For phase 2, we have an upgraded version of the skill where we still have the same exploding runestones to generate enchanted fire and enchanted hearts of disposition. You also launch an extra attack, but this time is 1.5 times instead of 1.3, and damage will be dealt regardless of puzzle shield and initial shield. Furthermore, this skill will also refresh all runestones to normal state, meaning that you will get rid of mask runes, frozen runes, electrify runes, petrify runes, etc. However, in my opinion, CD7 for just phase 1 is really long. Being able to break puzzle shield at CD7 is good, but there are other cards in the game, for example Pompeii, that can break puzzle shield in CD6, or other cards that can also break puzzle shield in CD7 or CD8. So that being said, CD7 is not bad for breaking Puzzle Shield. The thing that's kind of unfortunate, for me at least, is that the extra attack is only 1.3 times of its attack, which this results in basically a 1.5 attack increase for your entire team, and that is not a lot. Because especially for CD7, that is not a lot. There are many other cards in the game that are shorter CD and will give you a times 1.5 team-wide boost, times 2 team-wide boost, or even cards that can increase their self-damage by times 8 will give you more damage output than this 1.3. I'd say this 1.3 will become a little bit more than 1.5. It's because you launch an extra attack on top of your normal attack, which means that the increase is going to be higher than this nominal 1.3. However, for phase 2, this does increase to 1.5, which makes it a little bit better, but still the damage output is not going to be there. However, you also get additional utility. You also acquire the ability to refresh the board from any board debuffs, and you also acquire the ability to break initial shield. However, this is going to be a CD9 skill, and CD9 for a board refresh, it's too long, and CD9 to break initial shield is also too long. Most of the cards that break initial shield are CD8. Hello World, or I mean Reverse Mode Neo breaks initial shield at CD6, which is even faster than phase 1. So, as an active skill, I think this active skill is actually pretty bad. You can also find other cards that can help you restore runestones to normal state at CD8. For example, Hong Ai, the rune dragon, Hong Ai, she can help you restore runestones to normal state at CD8 and also provide you with a fixed board convert, just like Mana, the Angel of Affection and Beauty and Fellowship. So if you have Hong Ai, you don't really need this. And yeah, this skill, in my opinion, is a little bit too slow for its own good. The effect itself is pretty good. Ignoring Puzzle Shield is good. Refreshing runes is good. Ignoring initial shield is good. However, the cooldown and the speed at where you can activate this skill is going to be definitely really slow and definitely is holding this skill back. Like I said before, there are other cards in the game that can do what Mana does better. So as a member skill, it is also pretty not that useful because there are so many more substitutes in the game already. So overall, I do not think Mana has a good member skill, and moving forward, I do think you could afford not pulling for her because even as a member, she won't offer that much utility if you already have a good fire member pool in your inventory. That being said, if you don't have many cards in your inventory, Mana has a lot of utility, and it might be good for you to have one of them to be able to break puzzle shields, initial shields, and also refresh the board to a normal state. However, if you're an old player and you have a lot of cards, definitely worth skipping this character because her active skill doesn't really provide that much to your team. In terms of complementing her own leader skill, it is good because you do break some more shields than her own team skills and leader skills, and you do generate attacking runes, but that's pretty much it. It doesn't really cover all her other weaknesses, and her attack increase is also is not super significant, so it doesn't really cover the lack of damage output that she has. So yeah, in my opinion, Mana is going to be a good leader, but definitely not a broken leader, and I can confidently say I do not recommend purposefully aiming for Mana. If you want to go for Hello World and for Neo, reverse mode of Hello World, I think that's fine. And if you get a Mana in that process, good. If you don't, I don't think it's worth spending extra damage to get Mana, just because her leader skill is just okay and her active skill is very replaceable in the game. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this card. Please let me know in the comments below if I said anything wrong or if I missed anything. And as always, stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more Tower Saviors content. For now, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone!